And if you don't know people and you're not confident when you network, the chances are that during the break you were desperately looking on your mobile phone, getting the laptop out, zipping to the loo 3 times, anything but to face that fear of having to meet anyone new. The book that David mentioned is called And Death Came Third for a Reason. In 1984, there was a survey in the New York Times on social anxiety, and they asked people what they were most frightened of. Death came third. The top 2 fears in that survey were walking into a room full of strangers and speaking in public. As you can imagine, I'm having a whale of a time today. So you look at a picture like that scene there, and it probably puts the fear of God into you. My word, you walk into that room, everyone's talking to each other, and you've got to go and make conversation with someone new. And most people will have anxiety problems with that. Why are we so scared of talking to strangers? I blame my mum. Now, I don't blame her for all of you. That's really not fair. And she had a go at me about that recently. But I certainly blame her for my fear, because I have a fear. I'm in the middle of that room. I'm in that picture. There's a prize for anyone who can spot me. I'll be very impressed. But I know you've all got a good eye for reading between the lines. But I'm in that room, but I was walking around that room 2 or 3 times when I first walked in to find someone I was comfortable approaching. I still have the same fear. Because what did my mum say to me as I was growing up? Don't talk to strangers. We grow up with people telling us not to talk to strangers. Just a little tip for you as an aside. The reason your parents told you not to talk to strangers does not apply when you walk into a networking event. Is there anyone here who has ever been to a networking event, been assaulted? There's normally one, funnily enough. So the first thing we can do is we can rationalise those fears. We can rationalise those fears, and we can say to ourselves, that networking event is there because people want to meet new people. They want to build their network. You have permission to meet new people today because everyone in this room put their hand up when I said, is it a good idea to meet new people for today's event? So you can put that to one side straight away. Your first tip is to be courageous. Be courageous and approach new people. I go on a simple philosophy. If I go to a networking event, I figure most people have gone for the same reason. Occasionally that falls flat. In fact, once in 13 years of networking have I experienced the opposite. And that was when my clients at Merrill Lynch invited me to an event for their investors where people were coming to hear what was going to happen over 2010. And I went and approached people, and I followed the tips I'm going to share briefly with you now. And I just couldn't break through. And then I realised that a lot of the investors were there not to network, but to hear what Merrill Lynch's predictions were. A lot of the Merrill Lynch guys were there not to network generally, but to look after their investors. So you need to understand the motivation of people being in the room, but once you've ascertained, yes, people do want to meet other people, it is a networking event after all, you know that you can approach them. It's then a question of who do you approach. If you look at a room full of that, a lot of people talking, who do you approach? How do you get over that fear? How do you make it easy for yourself?